G'day viewers, I'm the Extraordinary Tourist and welcome to another one of my art videos, or art skating videos. In this particular installment I thought we'd take a bit of a trip down memory lane to my skateboarding past and have a look at some of my artwork from many years ago. And as part of this video I thought I'd try and do something sort of skull demon like related. Back in the day when I was really heavily into skateboarding, I was probably being influenced a little bit by Pal Peralta and their Bones Brigade graphics, where you, if you remember those, is pretty heavily featured skulls and skeletons and those kinds of things, and also those sorts of things tend to appeal to sort of the teen skateboard audience as well. So I thought I'd show you a few examples of my artwork from back then. I noticed a trend on YouTube where artists look back at their old work like it's something to be embarrassed of, but me personally, I'm not embarrassed of any of my old work. Doesn't matter how far back you go, and I have plans to show you work that I did when I was like 11 and 12 years old in future videos. So I actually embrace a lot of my old work, and I actually like going back and looking at it because I find it tends to, apart from the nostalgia kick that you get out of it, I sometimes get inspired by it to do new work, as the case may be with this particular video and the drawing that I'm creating for you today. But this artwork here is actually, well, this page is from 1988, so that's good. It's got to be 30 years ago, is it? 98, yeah. So this page is 30 years old. Definitely inspired by Bones Brigade graphics. And if I remember rightly, I actually did a colour version of this graphic and stuck it to the bottom of a skateboard as a deck graphic that my brother had for a little while back in the day as one of his first skateboards. And you can see it's heavily influenced by the labels at the time. He's got his Vision clothing on. We were all into sort of, people were a lot more into wearing their knee pads and elbow pads back in the day. We were more influenced by ramp skaters who tended to wear all those things more so than the street skaters that came later that pretty much abandoned pads and what have you. And you can see the skateboard the skeleton is riding is very 1980s influenced, with the sort of gap in the grip tape there. There's grip on the tape on the tail and grip on the front. This drawing here, I actually quite like that drawing, considering I was 18 years old when I did that. And just for reference, I'm 48 now, if you weren't aware. I'd still be pretty happy if I drew that today, so this thing here, this is actually a zine that I was putting together, which I wrote and illustrated completely myself. I never actually sent it out to anyone. It was just something I was doing completely for myself as something to do. I actually made this I think this is 1989, around about the time I got my first desktop publishing job, and this was put together on an Apple Macintosh computer just as Macintoshes were starting to make their mark in the publishing world. So in here I really wanted to show you this, which is a graphic that I drew directly into the computer using a mouse, because back in the day we didn't have drawing tablets, and because this was done on our Apple Mac, which I didn't have one at home, so I was drawing this on works time. So that was drawn completely into what was it? I think it's Apple Paint. It was just called Paint, the program that I used to draw that with a mouse. I really like that. I really like the jawline and the way I did the teeth on that. For something that was drawn with a mouse on a computer, again, I'd be very happy if I drew that now on paper and did it in ink. One last graphic that I thought I'd show you, which is not so much skulls and stuff, but sort of along the same lines, is this graphic here. You can sort of see that this is meant to be some kind of gremlin skater that I did. I actually drew this in hospital on New Year's Eve. Probably not New Year's Eve, but it was definitely the day before New Year's Day of 1989, because I've got signed it as 89 and in brackets I've got just. And I was actually in hospital because I broke my leg skateboarding, so, and it's very influenced by Vision streetwear. We've got like the Vision shoes on, Vision shorts, got the Atom helmet, which is what I was wearing at the time. I was actually wearing those shoes too. That's the Vision, I think they were DV9s because they were the black ones. I think the DV8s were the grey ones with the red V on the side. Could be the other way around, not sure. But again, all padded up because we tended to wear pads back then, because we were skating a lot of parks, and wearing pads is a good idea in parks, even though I was completely padded up at the time when I broke my leg, so it didn't help me a whole lot. But there you go, that's just some of my artwork from 30 years ago. So that's where I'll wrap this video up for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing this glimpse into my skateboarding past from 30 years ago, like the art I was doing 30 years ago, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me sort of revisit that type of art with my skeleton demon character. If you've found this video interesting, or you'd like to see more of my art and you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. If you are subscribed and you want to be notified whenever I release a video, click on the bell icon. And What else? Don't forget to leave a comment below. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess you'll see me in the next one. Bye for now.